Don't give up. I'm sometimes told by those who are close to me and know that in this season, man, I've been struggling, you know what I mean, to maintain and to hold on. And my answer is, I will never give up. I've come too far, you know what I mean, to give up now. You know, I have a legacy to add on to and to maintain. You know, I have purpose to help me to recognize and realize that this life is a journey. You know what I mean? I have earlier conceptions of myself as an individual that I have to honor and respect for the efforts that they made to give me this chance to push through. You know what I mean? I hopefully have many more years, you know, and higher conceptions of Brother Mike X at an advanced age, who depends upon me continuing to push through in the present. You know what I mean? So my answer is, I will never give up. You know, I will never give up. They say the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And I know that intimately, believe me. You know what I mean? If you've been graced to live long enough, man, to where you realize that you have more yesterdays behind you than the likelihood of future tomorrows to rely upon, you realize that life is a precious gift. It's a precious opportunity, you know, to find your purpose, to master yourself, to strive to become a vessel of hope, a vessel of love and light, you know, a vessel of wisdom and love, a vessel of understanding, man, where you begin to see that nothing is new under the sun. And that when you continue to open your mind to adding on to a threshold of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and truth, there are patterns that you begin to detect. You know what I mean? Where someone who is more closed-minded, they're just living life haphazardly, but you know better. You know? And because you know better, you are empowered to now do better. You know what I mean? It's not about perfection, but it's about progress, you know? And it's about crafting again a legacy that will outlast you, that will outlive you. And that is possible if you refine that legacy and you capture that legacy, you know what I mean, through video like I'm doing now, through books. I'm an author, you know what I mean? Check me out on Amazon, you know. My book, powerful book, man, written for the individual to encourage and inspire you to never give up, man. Titled A Vision of Personal Freedom. You know what I mean? By Michael X Hinton, otherwise known, better known as Brother Mike X. You know what I mean? Some of the most powerful books that I've ever read, and I've read thousands of books. You know, I've read books by the Black Giants, like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Marcus Garvey and, you know, Sister Soldier and others, you know. But some of the most powerful books that I've ever read were written by individuals who seemingly fell through the cracks, that didn't become household names, but they had found their purpose. And their purpose was to leave a legacy for someone to find. They didn't know who would find their book, you know what I mean, and how powerful their book would be received. But they wrote their book with the hope that by capturing their legacy and helping it to become organized in a form such as a book to be found like a time capsule, you know what I mean, that someone would benefit. So those were some of the most powerful books that I have ever read. You know, those types of books by those unsung heroes that the world may never know, but their lives mattered though. You know what I mean? So that's what empowers me. That's what encourages me. That's what inspires me to continue to fight, especially at this time where I'm struggling as a wounded healer. You know what I mean? That struggle gives me reason, it gives me hope, it gives me power to persevere through the growing frailty of the flesh. You're not gonna be young forever, family. A lot of times where we're younger, we don't take stock of our physical vitality and energy. We believe that we'll be young forever a lot of times. They say youth is wasted on the young, you know? They say youth is wasted on the young. That a lot of times by the time you realize how precious your youth was, you don't have it anymore. It's long gone. You know what I mean? So they say youth is wasted on the young, and us older heads, we take that seriously. And this is why we're always lecturing younger people. It's not that we're trying to prove something to them. It's that they have something that we no longer have. The preciousness of youth. And we hope that, we know that, number one, that we can't go back and do it all over again. So we strive to push and prod them to take greater stock of the precious gift that they still have, their youth. And we hope that a lot of times that they will use their youth better than how we used our youth. You know what I mean? And that's the hope of this thing called life. That each generation will add on something to what the last generation left for the generations coming up behind. You know what I mean? This life is far shorter than we realize. The youth that you have will not always be with you. So it's best that we strive to take stock of the preciousness of our youth and use it by striving to find our most positive purpose so that we can leave behind our most positive example for those who are to follow and hopefully benefit of what we left for them. You know what I mean? When I was young, I was smart, so I tried to change the world. Now that I'm older, I'm much more wise, so I know that I have to change myself. You know what I mean? You can't save anyone. You can only hope to positively influence them by showing them your example. You know what I mean? Like my brothers and sisters in the nation of gods and earths, or more commonly known as the 5%ers say, show and prove. Show and prove. You know, don't beat me in my head all day about what you think. Show me what I have the possibility to accomplish by what you have accomplished. You know what I mean? Your positive example, man, is the best way to defeat arbitrary arguments, man, based upon, opinions. I come from an era, you know what I mean, where we was all trying to be the best knowers. I read this and I read that, and and a lot of times, man, wasn't committed to any positive discipline. We wasn't committed to any real righteousness or good, orderly discipline. Acronym for God. Good, orderly discipline. We wasn't committed to no good, orderly discipline. We was just talking ish a lot of times. But the practice of righteousness, the practice of disciplined steps will bear fruit in your life if you commit yourself towards taking those steps consistently in your physical health, in your mental growth and awareness, in your mastery over your emotions, and in your alignment with the essence of God that you have in this earthly body. The real you is your spirit, your soul that inhabits this body. The body atrophies, but the spirit never dies. And the sooner we begin to realize that we can align ourselves with the essence of Creator and how we use these bodies, we will begin to put an end to war. We will begin to put an end to needless strife and contention based upon, so-called differences that we have. I'm a northerner, I'm a southerner, I'm an easterner, I'm a westerner, I'm black, I'm white, I'm a man, you're a woman, I'm older, you're younger. We won't focus so much on our differences, we'll focus more so on what we have in common. We all want peace for our families, for our children. We all want love and respect for our lives. We all want to be appreciated. Well, what you want, you have to be willing to give. That's the only way you can have it. If I want love, I can't give hate. I got to give love in order to receive love. I have to practice love in order to be able to give love. A lot of us want things from the outside that we're not even practicing in our own lives. That's where it starts. It starts in what you're going to focus on, what you're going to practice. You know what I mean? So I just say peace and elevation to the family. I hope that you will be able to find your most positive purpose before you die. I hope that you'll begin to live in your purpose before you die. And number one, in order to do so, you have to begin to take care of the life that you've been gifted. The entire life. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Don't live a life of fear. Live a life of creativity and imagination. Don't strive so much to save others and become disenchanted when they don't follow or listen to your advice. Be your own guinea pig, so to speak. Practice the consciousness, the awareness that you believe that you have that will make things better. Practice that within your own life. Become a beacon of light, a beacon of hope. The work that you do in your own life can't be hidden. If you're eating better, your body will begin to reflect the fact that you're eating better. If you're exercising now, your body will begin to reflect the fact that you've been exercising. If you're practicing higher consciousness and awareness and mastery over your emotions, the way you move in society will begin to reflect that you're doing so. You might have been irascible. That's a fancy word. Easily angered, irascible. You might have been irascible before, a hothead. But now you move with a serene or a serenity, a peace in your composure. You know what I mean? And you won't be able to hide the work that you're doing in your own life in regard to mastery over yourself, over your own being. And this is the best way, again, show and prove, to make the difference in this world before you die. You know? And like I said, leave a legacy behind. You know? We all have these cell phones. We all can make videos. We all have access to social media. We all have access to printing and publishing books now. You know what I mean? There are a lot amongst us who know how to make videos and movies. And commit yourself to leaving behind a legacy that will outlast your physical life. At some point in time, you're going to have to give up this physical body, this vehicle for your spirit/soul. So leave behind a positive legacy again that marks the fact that you was once here and that you did good by yourself and then others. All right, family, I'm at 19 minutes. This is going to be one of my shorter videos. But if you notice, I'm striving to, put out more content, in the here and now. And again, it's important to have purpose, especially in times of struggle, if I didn't have a legacy to rely upon maintaining and adding on to, if I didn't have a purpose that I've been hard at work crafting, maintaining, and growing for 30 plus years, in this time of struggle, it would have been so easy to give up. You know, it would have been so easy to give up. But I have a reason to continue to push forward. And I thank the Most High for that reason, for that purpose, for that grace. For that grace. This is a privilege. It's a privilege to be able to come before the public and speak words of truth and love and wisdom. All right, family. I'm out of here. I'll see you soon. Please subscribe and share this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this video with your friends, your loved ones, on your social media and your messenger. You know, I hope that you get something out of these words. And I'm out. Peace, love, and elevation. It's your brother Mike X signing off.